All right, you guys. So I want to first say welcome to this conversation about being fully funded and about your plan and the process by which your organizations are positioning intentionally the systems, the tools, the strategies, the process of being fully funded within your organization. All right, so let's start at the beginning. In the beginning is your mission, all right? And you have created your mission in order to create an end, right? You have described in your mission that which you are working towards. It's either eliminating, it's either supporting, it's either assisting, it's either changing, whatever it is, that is your mission, right? Within your organization, you have set a path and intentionality to bring that about. Now, are you intentional? Are you intentional? Say, yes, Jen, I'm intentional, right? Yes, Jen, I am intentional. Okay. Intentional about achieving that which you all have set out to achieve. Okay. So you've got a goal, you've got a plan. Okay. To alleviate, to change, and that's described through your mission, okay? Now, as a community-based organization, you not only are serving people from your community, but you are also improving your community. Who now are the people that are supporting, that are helping, that are assisting, that are contributing to that support? These are people who are not in your program. These are other community supporters, other community individuals, other community businesses that are also impacted by the work that you do. All right? Hashtag impact. And if you guys would invite your friends and neighbors to be a part of this conversation or to join the community, that would be great. Okay. In the beginning, you have your mission. Your mission is to affect and change the community. You've got the community of people who are in your program, and then you've got the community of people who are your supporters, who are your contributors. Now, for those of you who have created your nonprofit and you know that you now are called to be a community influencer, impact the community, right? Then you also need to connect intentionally with those that would support your work. Now, I think that the bright side of this is that you're not in this alone, right? You're not in this alone. You've got the people that you're serving, and then you've got the people that would and could be excited about joining you as a supporter, as a contributor, right? As an evangelist, to ensure that you are successful in doing and achieving what they feel is important, right? People give because of what they believe is important. So if your organization endeavors to be fully funded, right? If your organization endeavors to be fully funded, can you imagine being fully funded? Can you imagine having your programs and your operations fully funded? Now, if you can't imagine it, then you can't plan for it. That's going to preach. If you cannot see it as possible, that means you're not then setting the intention or the plan for it to happen. Now, who am I to talk about being fully funded, right? I'm only the person that has raised hundreds of millions of dollars for nonprofit organizations. And all of the organizations that I have worked with, who I've worked for, had the resources necessarily for staff, for materials, for supplies, to operate and implement and execute their programs, okay? So I am a person who is a professional fundraiser. I am a person who has led organizations and had to generate the revenue, right? We don't beg, we give. We don't beg, we give. We give input, we give insight, we give impact, we give change. We give the community something that is valuable. So understanding that in achieving the goals that are set before us in terms of raising money, in terms of raising awareness, in terms of sharing and articulating our input, we're giving. We're giving opportunity for people to give. We're giving opportunity for people to learn and to grow and to understand the importance of what we do. We are giving people insight, potentially, into what they don't know, right? Because the people that we serve is a very closed group. The people that would support who we serve, they don't know. They don't know the time. They don't know the struggle. They don't understand all that goes into it unless they may have had a personal experience or unless they've been educated, right, or brought aware of it. That's our opportunity, is to bring others aware, to make others aware of why what we do is important. And it starts with a goal. It starts with a goal. Now, for those of you who took advantage, last weekend, I offered a package, and it was my strategic planning bundle. All right, it was my strategic planning bundle. And those of you who took advantage of that bundle, right, you all have opportunity for a one-on-one session with me. All right, I'm going to keep that on the table. But the other thing that I'm going to add is also a group coaching session. All right, a group coaching session. And the group coaching session now will cover the strategic planning for fundraising. I want you guys to hashtag fundraising. How many of you guys need funds? You need funds for your program. You need funds for your operations. You need funds to hire staff. You need funds to grow your program. If that's you, say me. I need to understand fundraising. And fundraising is different than fundraisers, okay? Fundraising is different than fundraisers, okay? Your funds that are going to equip and position your organization to be fully funded includes grants and events, right? Fundraisers, events. It also includes earned income, which is your products and your services. It also includes your individuals. It includes your donors and supporters. It includes your major donors. It includes your monthly donors. It includes all of those streams of income. All right. And so in order for your organization to be fully funded, we've got to open up those streams of income. How do we open up those streams of income, Jen? It takes planning. It takes planning on who's going to do it, how it's going to be done, what's communicated to those streams of income, how I speak to a sponsor, how I speak to a corporate person may be different language than who I would speak to an individual. Why? The corporation is interested in what's in it for me, right? There's an exchange, it's an investor conversation. For the individual, it might be one that's more led from passion, it may be led from experience. It's a conversation that may be dealing more with the emotion of the thing as opposed to the transaction of the thing. So planning and knowing your audience, knowing who are the funders that would and could support my organization. I've got to have a plan and a strategy to speak to each of them. How I speak to my board members as supporters, as volunteers, is different than how I would speak to my major donors, right? Even to my monthly donors. It's all in the conversation and the goals by which we are communicating. If you are not setting financial goals for your organization, if you are not setting program goals for your organization, you are at a disadvantage. You are at a disadvantage of those organizations that do. Those organizations that are prepared, equipped, and able to articulate what they do and why what they do is important. If you right now, knowing that Giving Tuesday is coming up in just a few weeks, in next week, right? That Giving Tuesday is November 30th, right? If you have not set a goal, my goal says, I know where I want to go and I know how to get there. My goal says, I know what it's going to take for me to achieve that end. It doesn't happen without a goal. It doesn't happen without action required to achieve that goal. So if you're thinking, I need money, where's the money going to come from? Right? There's a plan and a strategy for where does the money come from. Okay. This is in the manual that I created, the strategic fundraising plan. It's a fundraising plan that talks to you about where does money come from for your nonprofit organization. It comes from foundations. Well, how do I approach the foundations? I approach the foundations because we are presenting to them a proposal that meets and aligns with what they are interested in, right? That's how we get grant funding. That's how we get funding from individuals, from foundations rather, all right? Then you've also got your corporate supporters, right? You've got your Walmarts. We know about the Walmart grant, right? But there's other corporations that also have an area of interest that aligns with who you are and who you serve. So how do we approach these corporations? How do we get them on the phone? How do we schedule meetings with them? Right? We've got to align what we do with what they do. How do we do that, Jen? We've got to know. We've got to know what they're interested in. We've got to know what it is that they've given to in the past. And we've got to set a goal to build that relationship, right? Then you've got your individual donors. Then you've got your monthly donors. Then you've got your regular donors. And then you've got your earned income. Who's involved? How are they involved? That's a part of the planning. And how much time does it take? Do you guys recognize that it takes less time to fundraise successfully with a plan than to try to eke it together, splice it together without a plan? It takes less time to put together a goal and a strategy than it does to try to do it and to wing it on your own. Are you done with winging it? Are you done with winging it? Are you done with trying to pay for everything out of your pocket and you're not understanding why you don't have enough? Why don't you have enough? Because you're not intended to support this organization by yourself. There's never going to be enough if you are relying only on yourself to fund it. You are entitled. You are positioned. It is your right to be fully funded. It is your right. Hashtag my right. Now, if you don't believe it, you won't set a goal. If you don't believe that your organization has the answer to a problem in your community, if you don't believe that you are the solution, you won't set a goal. All right? And so I'm speaking to those of you who say, Jen, I've been doing this the wrong way. I've put my organization at a disadvantage. There's a study that's been out, right? That says organizations that struggle financially because they, one, don't have a goal. They don't know where they're going. They don't know what they need. They don't have a budget. And they're the only source of income. Is that you? Is that you? That you started your organization with passion, say it, it's not about the money until it becomes about the money. You need the money in order to grow. You need the money in order to expand your impact. Nothing is wrong with that. There's nothing dirty in that. It is our right as community-based organizations to be fully supported so that the work and the impact that we are called to do, destined to do, burdened to do, can be achieved. You need the resources to make that happen, right? And get this, you've got the sources for which the income can come. You've got the sources. There is no shortage of sources. You've got about 7 or 8 sources of revenue. If you are operating on one source of revenue, then you don't have enough. Am I making sense? I created these documents All right. This particular document is out of one of my masterminds, and it was a 6-week course. But I wanted to share it with you so that you would have the information. All right. It's a part of my strategic planning bundle. The bundle itself is only $100, pennies, right? And in it, it walks you through the entire fully funded mapping process. Okay. I've given you examples. I've given you the template. I've even put in the language in, right? It comes with a one-on-one with me, and now I am offering a group coaching session, all right? And in this group coaching session, we're gonna lay out your fundraising plan. We're gonna walk through what is required. I'm gonna answer all of your questions so that you can execute and implement your plan. If you don't have a plan, what are you implementing? If you don't have a goal that you desire to reach, what are you implementing? How are you articulating what you need to those that could help you? If you don't know, you don't have a plan. Why do organizations fail? Because I don't have a plan. I want to share with you that plan. In addition to the templates, in addition to the workbooks, these workbooks are designed for you, your board. It is for you to look at the vision that you have put in front of you and creating a path to achieve it. There's nothing more frustrating that says, I want to go somewhere, but I don't know where I want to go, or I don't know how to get there. Jen, I have my organization, but I don't know how to raise money for it. I don't know how to approach the people that could and would support my work. I don't know where to get started. Is that you? Is that you? Are you stuck with the I don't know? People perish. Why? Because of lack of knowledge, not money. Now is the time to learn. Now is the time to grow. Now is the time to learn and grow through your plan, right? The plan says, this is how much money we need to raise, and this is how we're going to raise it. This is how much time it's going to take to do it, and this is what our reasonable goals are. Goals are smart, specific, measurable, attainable, achievable, right? Realistic and timely. Are you ready to stop winging it? Are you ready to set some real, achievable, measurable, timely goals? Are you ready to do what is required to put you on par with your counterparts? Because let me tell you the truth. The truth is this: your funders have a decision to make. Do they fund the organizations that are doing great work and have a plan for success? Or do they fund an organization where the leader is super passionate but cannot articulate it back? They like you, they like your story, but now we're talking about investing. We're talking about investing. And you have an opportunity now to level the playing field. You have an opportunity now to compete, not in terms of you're taking away from someone, but no, you now have the opportunity to be considered like the other organizations that are also vying for attention. You now have the systems in place by which you now can be top of mind on a regular basis and not on an episodic basis. And you can be the voice of change as it relates to your segment of community impact. Who would like to have a microphone and have others speak to the value of what you do? That's what your donors are. Your donors now are able to speak about why they support your organization and why that's important. Can you imagine being fully funded? Can you imagine having people give to your organization because the work that you do is important to them. Can you imagine not having to worry about, right, all of the resources coming out of your pocket? Now, if you've got to invest in your own knowledge, that's priceless. You owe yourself that. You owe yourself the price, the freedom, the opportunity to learn what you don't know. You owe yourself that. You owe yourself that. You owe your vision that. You owe your goals that. You owe your organization that. You owe your legacy that, right? And your funders will appreciate that effort. I created these workbooks for you in mind. I created the templates. I created the tools. All you got to do is fill it in. All you got to do is fill it in and do the work, right? I wish I could do the work for you. And in many cases, I can. But I want to show you, I want to teach you, I want to equip you. I want you to understand the system, the tools, the process, the steps of sustainability. What causes sustainability? Sustainability means that you've got a plan that works. You've got a communications plan. You've got an outreach plan, not just to the people who are in your program, but you've got even an outreach plan to those that would and could support your organization. You've got the systems by which to speak about what is impactful and important to them. You understand how to articulate impact, and you know what your program and your organization costs. Without that, what does the conversation look like from their perspective? If they're talking to you and they don't understand, what is it that you need? You say you need help. What kind of help? How will this help that they can help you with? How will that help your organization be stronger, grow in impact, serve more people, achieve your goals, right? Why is that important? These are the things that are in our conversation. Just because you have a 501c3, many of you are learning that's not enough. You've got to be able to be equipped and prepared to have the conversations that are essential, not just about your passion, but about the relevance and the importance of your impact. And you need to be able to speak to each of these areas of revenue. Am I making any sense? Give me some hearts if I'm making sense. Does this make sense, what I'm saying? Am I being clear? Am I being clear? Fundraising, raising money. Raising money is not about money. Raising money is not about money. It's about your organization being able to build confidence, be visible, show the relevance of why what you do is important, right? Thank you so much, Chris. It's about you knowing how much it costs, knowing what's being affected by what you do, knowing what the change produces, and being able to have that conversation with every area of funding, right? That you're able to say this now to your volunteers so that they can go out and mimic it. That you're able to say it now to your donors and supporters so that they then feel good about giving and are able to also share your story. Now we're talking about what? We're talking about outreach. We're talking about communications. We're talking about sharing impact. We're talking about a lasting impression. That comes before money. If you want to raise money, you got to make an impression. And listen, nothing makes an impression like, I know why we exist. I know the change that we make. I know the relevance of our work. And if we can garner the support of you and others like you, we can change this community. I know people say to me all the time, Jen, you make it sound so easy. It is. It is. I want to show you how to find your prospects. Who are the people? Who are the businesses? Who are the individuals? Who are the corporations? Who are the people that are most likely to support your work? Now we're working smart and not hard, right? Now we're working smart and not hard. How do you inform these individuals about the work that you do? How do you invite them to invest their time, invest their resources, invest their knowledge, invest their relationships, whatever it is they want to invest? We would appreciate it all, right? And then how do you invite them? Show them how their contribution has brought about your ability to achieve impact. And then you start it all over again. How many of you all would like to raise more money? Right? It's not about the money. People give to people. So that means we've got to raise the number of prospects. That means we've got to set a goal. How much money do you want to raise? Put in the chat, how much money do you need to raise in 2022 to be fully funded? How much do you need to raise in 2022 to be fully funded? That means your planning starts now. That means you putting in place the things, the systems, the tools, the conversations, the communications for that plan to be successful. That planning needs to happen now. I need to put together my talking points. I need to identify who are the people that I know or the ones that I need to know. I need to put together their conversation packets. I know people ask me all the time, Jen, should I call them? Should I email them? I said, what do they prefer? If you don't know, we got to find that out. That's got to be a part of the goal, right? The plan. We've got to know, how do they want us to communicate with them so that our plan is to communicate with them in the way that they want to be communicated with or by. You get my point. You can prepare now and begin to implement now and be successful. There is no reason that you cannot be successful. Who's ready? Hashtag I'm ready, Jen. If you are ready to stop winging it and to set a goal that is specific, that is measurable, that is achievable, that's realistic, right? Relatable, that is timely. In 2021 or 2022, this is how much we're going to raise. And this is how we're going to do it. And these are the things that are going to be necessary for us to be successful. If that's you and you're ready, all right, I want you to inbox me right now. I want you to inbox me right now, and say, Jen, I want in. Jen, I want in. I want to know how to put together my plan. Because let me tell you this, if your vision and if your goal is not made plain, then you can't carry it and no one else can carry it with you. Money is not your problem. Money is not your problem. Money is not your problem. Your problem is, I don't have a plan. I don't know how to articulate the plan. I don't know how to include others in the plan. And we're not measuring our success. We're not measuring. That's a part of the SMART goal. The goal is that it's measurable. That means that if my goal is to raise $100,000, then I've got to be able to say month by month, how much am I getting? How much am I raising successfully in order for me to know I'm on target to reaching my goal? Are you measuring? Why not? I believe that many of us are not fully funded because we're not measuring. We're kind of hoping. We're in a wishing mode, right? No. This is not how you're going to be relevant, how you're going to be seen as significant or top of mind. There's a thing about writing the vision and making it plain. There's something about the plainness of it, that it brings not questions, but confidence. That your funders that understand that I'm raising this money to achieve these programmatic goals. Organizationally, we have these SMART goals. Why? Because organizationally, we're going to grow systematically. We're going to grow strategically. We're going to grow intentionally so that we can keep our hands and our arms around the importance of this work, that we're going to be responsible, that we're going to be accountable, that we're going to be transparent. There is something very comforting about having a plan. Now, those of you who get on the phone with a humana, yappity yappity, and I'm not sure and I'm not clear, there's nothing comforting in that from your sources of income. All right, so this is what I'm going to say to you. You have another opportunity to become clear. And not only become clear, which is an internal confidence. Internally, when you understand what you're working towards, you and your board are in agreement with where you're going. Your decision now has been made. There's no wishy-washy. There's no coming to consensus. No, we've already set the plan and the path. Now let's work that. Let's achieve that, right? Because the goal is achievable. The goal is achievable. If you set the goal and the intention and the systems and the strategy to achieve it, it's achievable. Here I go screaming again, right? Y'all know I get hype. I get hype. I'm sorry for yelling at you. I don't mean to yell. I just, I get excited about this kind of stuff, right? I get excited because I can see it. I can see organizations that are fully funded. I get frustrated when people get in my inbox and they don't see it. That frustrates me. I want to work with those organizations that say, Jen, I can see it. I can see that with the right strategy, with the right system, with the right communication, we can be fully funded. That it's not a goal that you can set and not achieve. No, it's achievable. It's achievable. I'm just looking for the organizations that say, I want to achieve it. Show me how. I want you to inbox me right now and say, Jen, I'm in. And what you're going to get, you're going to get an organizational strategic plan. Your organization now sets the path for you and your board. You are the organization, your board. You and your board are the lid for your organization. All right. If you don't know organizationally how you're going to grow, how your program is going to be seen and visible, how those that don't know about you can become aware of who you are and what you do, organizationally, you're stunted. Organizationally, you're at a disadvantage. Organizationally, you are not top of mind. So there should be a path of goal setting for the organization, how we're going to grow financially as an organization, how we're going to grow programmatically as an organization, how our visibility is going to grow in the community, right? This brings about awareness. This brings about clarity of your relevance. This brings about security, right? And trust among those that would support your work. Organizationally, that needs to happen. That includes your revenue, that includes your program, that includes your awareness building efforts, that includes all of those things that points to your organization as the lead, as the influencer, as the solution to the problem, all right? And with that now comes a fundraising plan. These are the things that are active and implemented and can be measured only and specifically around finances. You got to have the finances. All right? It's not hard. I promise you it's not hard. And for those of you who say, well, Jen, I don't know where to start. I created the workbooks for you. I created the entire workbook for you. This is the whole workbook. I created all of the things that you can fill in January to December. Everything is here. Everything is here. Everything is here. All you've got to do is do it. And I'm going to show you how. I'm going to show you how. It's not hard. It's not hard if you're ready to learn. The investment in yourself, in your goals, in your plan, in your process, in your success. It's up to you. It's up to you. But I want those of you that say, Jen, I know that I can't go through and into 2022 winging it without a plan or a strategy. Money is not my problem. I don't have a plan. I don't know what's realistic. I don't know how to measure weekly, monthly. I don't know how to achieve or attain. If you don't know how to do the goal, that has nothing to do with money. That has nothing to do with money. Money is an instrument. It has no mind. It's just, it's a tool. But you've got the opportunity to set in motion the system, the strategy, the process to get as much of the tool as you need to be fully funded. I don't understand. I wish somebody could tell me, why am I living beneath my privilege? That's the question you need to ask yourself. Why am I allowing my organization to be stunted? Why am I refusing to write the plan and make it plain? What is it that is scaring me about being successful in this effort? If you want to stay on the wrong side of a goal achieved, I want to know why. But if you say, I'm ready, Jen, I'm ready to finally understand what it means to set my fundraising goals and my plans and achieve them. I'm ready to understand what I can do. And the wonderful thing about these workbooks is that they're timeless. They never get old. That you can utilize these workbooks over and over and over again, right? You made the plan for 2022, honey, we can start making the plan for 2023. You can start laying out the path of what you will achieve, and only you put the limit on it. Only you say how much or how little I need to raise. That's up to you. It's up to you. There's no limit to what you can have. You guys have heard that song, right? If you're ready to take the limit off and say, I'm in June, I need to take these next few weeks to really put my plan in place so that January, we're not just starting, we're ready to implement. All right? You guys get these workbooks. There are two. One is for fundraising only, and one is for your organization. You want to grow your board. You want to grow the quality of your board. You want to grow your board's capacity to help assist you, right? Take your organization to the next level. That doesn't happen without a plan. That doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen by osmosis. It doesn't happen without a strategy. You all have experienced that. Many of you have, right? So you've got to be able to say, these are the things that we're going to prioritize. These are the things that we're going to focus on. These are the ways by which we're going to be accountable to what is measurable, what is timely, what's realistic. If you are ready to set the plan, inbox me and say, Jen, I'm ready. I'm ready. You're going to get these two workbooks, okay? You're going to get a one-on-one with me. And then I'm going to schedule a group training on these workbooks, okay? I want you who are ready. I want to remove every barrier. I want to take away every ounce of doubt. I want to speak to your fear of success. I want to be able to give you, right, not just the system, but the steps and how to achieve that system. Okay. Those of you who've already gotten these workbooks, you're already on my calendar, and I am excited about how many of you are already strategizing, how your eyes are wide open to the possibility and probability of you achieving your goals. If you don't have a vision, you don't know where you're going. You don't even know if you'll get there. You're not in the mode of urgency, okay? But if you say, Jen, it's urgent for us to have the resources that are necessary. It's urgent for us to have the tools that are going to help us stay focused, to be accountable and successful. It's urgent that we take this organization to the next level. Then I want you to get in my inbox and say, I'm in, Jen. I'm in, Jen. I'm in. All right, I'm in. You're going to get a one-on-one with me. You're going to get a group coaching call, right? If you can't attend that coaching call, you'll get the replay. You're going to get these 2 workbooks. And now it's up to you to say, yes, I'm in. Because let me say this, and then I'm going to go. Your organization is not the only one that's out there that's doing similar work to what you're doing. In order for your organization to be set apart, to be seen as relevant, as viable, as successful, as sustainable, as strategic, that's going to take some intention. That's going to take some focus. How much focus, Jen? Not a lot, but more than what you're doing now. And to do it in a way that is going to create a measurable result. People ask me all the time, Jen, what's my guarantee? I can guarantee that without a plan, you won't be successful. There are only 3 reasons organizations fail. And out of 100 organizations, 87 are struggling financially. Out of 100 organizations, 87 are struggling financially. And that has nothing to do with money. It's because those are individuals that are leading this organization without a strategy, not being able to articulate impact to the various audiences of funders. And the leader doesn't know how to align the organization around one plan. Everybody's doing their own thing. Everybody's trying to make it happen. Everybody is not speaking the same language. They're not moving in the same direction. Everyone is out here trying to come up upon, right? Hoping that they get lucky. While the other organizations, the 17% that are fully funded, that are strategic in their focus, they have a plan. They're working as a unit. They are intentional in what they're going to achieve. Now you have a choice. I can continue to operate like the 87 and hope that I get the same result as the 17, and that's never going to happen. Or I can begin to operate like the 17% and get the results. It's up to you, all right? It's up to you. I'm just here to say, I want to take some of you by the hand. I want to show you how it's done. And I want to share these tools with you. I want to share these tools with you. Not only do I want to share these tools with you, but I want to give you the opportunity, all right, to get all of your questions answered. Okay? This is the inside of the Fully Funded Fundraising Workbook. Again, I created this as a part of a mastermind that I was doing for my coaching clients that are with me long term. But I did not want to withhold the information from those of you who say, Jen, I'm ready and I want to learn. All right. For those of you who say, Jen, I don't have a lot of money, but I can afford $100. I can afford $100. You're going to immediately get these 2 workbooks. all right? You're going to get an opportunity to have a conversation with me one-on-one to help you set priority. And then I'm going to do a training session with you, all right? A group session with you so that you all can learn from one another, that you can further building a community and hopefully help each other, right? Stay accountable. And if that is you and you say, Jen, it's worth the investment in myself so that I can become that leader that leads with strategy, that leads with clarity, that leads with a measurable and achievable success, then I want you to inbox me and say, I'm in, Jen. I'm going to send you the link, and then I'm going to send you these 2 documents. You're going to get a link to get on my calendar for your one-on-one. And then you're also going to be notified in the next couple of weeks when I do the group coaching session, that you'll have an opportunity to sit in on, and you'll also be able to get the replay. All right? If it's worth it to you to learn and to know, I want to help you. Okay? I want to help you. For those of you who've already gotten the book, congratulations. For those of you who are already on my calendar, I'm excited to be speaking with you. And I'm also excited to be offering you this opportunity to be a part of the group call. Success leaves evidence that there's a system to success. And this is a business that requires a system for sustainability. You guys know of the organizations that close their doors every day, that start and stop. Why? Because they didn't understand the system. They didn't have a goal. They didn't understand how to put in place the clarity that is needed internally that then can be translated externally. All right? I don't want to speak over your heads. I want to speak to you. I want to share with you. I want to show you. I want to help you. I want to assist you. And those of you who are ready, I want you to just inbox me and say, Jen, I'm in. Jen, I'm in. And I'm going to show you exactly how to work with me on this. All right? We are now. Giving Tuesday is November 30th. If you don't have a strategy and a plan to achieve a financial goal for Giving Tuesday, that leads to even more money between now and December. Organizations can raise anywhere between 87% of their budget. No. Organizations can raise anywhere between 67 to 70% of their budget in these next 100 days. But it takes a plan. This is the biggest giving season of the year for every organization. They're implementing a plan. They're implementing a plan. And I want to share with you that plan. All right? I want to thank you guys for coming in. I want you to comment. I want you to share. I want you to like this video if something I've said to you has resonated. I want you to inbox me right now and say, I'm in. I want to know. I need these documents. I need a plan and a strategy. I'm frustrated trying to do it on my own. And I want to learn from you, Jen. I want to work with you. I want to talk to you. I want to really understand what it is that we can do to be fully funded. It's not impossible. It's your opportunity. It's your right. And you can have that goal set right now. All right? If there are no questions, then is it better to form your nonprofit first? Let me say this, and that's a great question, Adrienne. So establishing your nonprofit is just with the IRS stating that your organization is one of mission and clarity, right? That's what you're stating to the IRS through the filing of your nonprofit, the paperwork, right? While the IRS is doing what they do, it is imperative that you have a plan of how you're going to sustain this nonprofit. The paperwork is one thing. That just establishes you as a legal entity. But the plan and the strategy to fund it, to lead it, and to build the team for success is an ongoing process, and it should start now. It should absolutely start now. I submit to you that with this plan, you then know and are better prepared on who should I invite to be on my board. Who are the people that are able to assist our organization grow? So do I build it and then try to figure out what do I do with the people who are inside of it? Or do I plan and then identify the people who are best equipped and able to help me build it successfully? Am I making sense? That's what I said makes sense. That you can establish it and then try to hurry up and keep up. Or you can say, let me put the plan in place. Let me identify the people that can help me achieve this. Let me identify what kind of skill sets do I need? What type of abilities are going to help us to be most successful? The paperwork is not a magic ticket. People don't give because you are technically identified as a nonprofit. It is your plan. It is your leadership. It is your ability to achieve the goals that your donor and funder understand. Okay? At the end of the day, I don't care when you do it. Just do it. Right? You can do it now, you can do it later. We just got to do it. And while I am offering this right now, I would say now would be the time to do it. While you have the opportunity to speak to me, to work with me, to help you do it, why would you wait? Why would you wait? Why would you wait? You're going to have to do it anyway. What are you waiting on? Is there a better time to set a goal for your success than when you have an opportunity to have someone show you how to do it? For those of you who've been doing it on your own and it hasn't worked, what do you think that is? And you can change it. This is not a mystery. This is not even left up to chance. This is a guarantee. The guarantee is you have the right strategy, you take the right action, you always get the right results. Always. That's a guarantee. The right action always gets the right results. If you're not getting results as it relates to moving your organization forward, don't blame the money, honey. And don't blame the people that you're talking to. Am I taking the right action? These workbooks are full of the right action. The right action. And then we map out the right time to take the necessary action. This is how organizations that have been around a long time and are funded, this is how they do it. How do I know? Because I did it for them. All right? I've done this work for over 30 years. And I want you to be among the thousands that I help to do it successfully. If you're in, if you're ready for your own success, then inbox me and say I'm in, Jen. And then I'll send you the information. All right? Thank you guys so much for coming in. Thank you all for joining. I didn't expect to be here this long, but I wanted to just share my heart with you. You all were on my mind. I was thinking about you. I get your emails. I get your voicemail messages. I get the meetings that we schedule and your frustration. And so I created these tools to help be the solution, to help you move forward. And if you're ready, say, Jen, I'm ready right now. I'm ready to get to work. I'm ready to start planning. I'm not afraid of success. And I want to learn from the best. I want to learn from the best. I want to learn from the person who's done it and who wants to show me how to do it. Okay? Inbox me and I will give you the information. You guys are going to get on my calendar for your one-on-one. And then I'm also going to share with you the information about the group. All right? If you are ready to truly make your path plain, then I'm looking forward to working with you. We're going to make 2022 an amazing year and a year where you are going to be fully funded. Set the intention, set the right goal, and let's set the right path. Okay? All right, y'all. Have an amazing rest of your day. And I will see you shortly. And I look forward to speaking with you all in my inbox. All right, guys. Take care.